Okay, welcome to dropping in at Pipeline Audio number 109, and this is Not So Fast. First of all, let's see. Go to there was a Dan Worrell video called All Buttons In is Not a Ratio Control. Let me get these headphones off, sorry. So he showed an old Scott Stillwell plugin from the infancy of Reaper, the 1175, and he showed that there was a problem with the ratio. And it was acting pretty funny. A really cool part about it is, if you've seen Dan Worrell's videos before, they're all really informative. But in this particular one, he went inside and opened up since it was the Jesus Sonic plug, you could edit it inside Reaper. So he did that and actually went into the code and let me see if I can find that section. Yeah, so he actually went into the code and edited it, and he got it sounding the way he wanted, and it's pretty neat getting to see this thing get built as we're going. Very, very interesting. Just check, make sure everything's going. Looks right. Just gonna check the audio real quick. Sorry. Yep. So, if you want to get into programming plugins or programming anything, really, you get in and mess with this JS stuff. And anyway, Dan got it working, and that seemed to be a very cool video, and a lot of people learned a lot of stuff, and that could have been the end of it. You could see in the comments people got pretty silly. A lot of detractors, especially on Scott. Scott Stillwell knows what he's doing. He's awesome programmer, puts out a lot of really good products, and the plot thickened a little bit. So it just happened that there was a GitHub with what seemed to be Scott's code, unattributed, and what seemed to be the bugs included in it. And I think it's some kind of video game GitHub. I don't know if it's using commercial products or what, but looked like Event Horizon was ported over as well and not attributed. Kind of strange. And then as we were looking, the usual suspects had to really take a good look at things and see what's going on exactly. And gets a little bit crazier. In the end, here's a post by Justin Frankel. And said, 2006 me was an idiot. Hopefully in 2036, I'm not calling 2021 me an idiot too. Here's an interesting old bug situation. I'm going to read this. Dan Worrell posted a video on the 1175 JSFX, which was written by Scott Stillwell way back in 2006 and graciously provided for inclusion with Reaper. Yeah, all you haters out there that's all just hammering on everybody. This is the kind of stuff you get for free by being in the Reaper community. Be a little bit grateful and a little bit humble and not so quick to jump down everybody's throat. In this video, Dan finds the ratio control is completely broken and posits a fix to it, adding a division by 2.1. Sure enough, the code was broken. I went looking through the code, and here's a footnote. Beyond our SVN commits and all the way back to our VSS commits, all of which have thankfully been imported into Git, and then back to the main story to see why. And sure enough, there's a line which includes a multiply by 2.08136898, which seems completely arbitrary and incorrect. Okay, so we see the bug, and this can be footnote 2, and it will be fixed in Reaper 6.26. We're calling the non-fixed mode broken capacitor because that felt about right. How did that constant get there? When the 1175 JSFX was originally written, Reaper and JSFX were very young, and the JSFX log function, natural log, we'll call it LN function, parentheses, whatever from now on, and log 10 implementations were broken. On a 8087 FPU, there are instructions to calculate logarithms, but they work in base 2. So to calculate whatever this fancy function is, you use log 2 of x over log 2 of natural log 3. I don't know. Prior to Reaper 1.9, it was mistakenly, well, the algorithms were changed due to the ordering of fdiv being wrong. Oh man, he's got all kinds of different ways of doing this equation and the calculation. But the long and short of it is things got changed over the years. And so when that got fixed, it actually fixed various JSFX to behave correctly, and that should have been the end of it. This is where the stupid part comes in. I opted to preserve the existing behavior of existing JSFX for this change, modifying code that used the functions to multiply something by something else, though I should have tested these plugins before deciding to make the change, or at least understood them. Anyway, that's my story for the day. I'm rolling my eyes at my past self. As a footnote, Schwa found that Googling that constant finds some interesting places where the code has been reused, bug and all. And, this is the kind of thing. It's just absolutely nuts how one tiny little thing can just break so much stuff. But this is the dedication that Justin and the rest of the Reaper team have, that they're going to figure out a way to make it all work again anyway. And, all you cranks leaving your comments and stuff. This is why I like to say not so fast. They're gonna wait a little bit and see if things work themselves out before making giant rushes to judgment. And so, I had to, of course, go post that for Dan Worrell. And in the end, it was pretty awesome to see someone go in there and test and fix the code. And be a cheesy toasty, whatever that is. I always learn a lot from watching Dan's videos. But, yes, all buttons in is chosen by using the ratio controls. So, neater. All right. Wonder if you guys think, should I change the title of this thing from dropping in at Pipeline Audio to evidence-based audio engineering and education? We're starting that on something else, so I may just change this whole thing to it, or maybe we'll just make a new channel. I don't know. I like that intro. If you guys saw it, maybe I'll just keep this going. Next thing. So, there were some holy grails while we were waiting on plugins. One, of course, was a harmonizer. It took quite a while before we actually had a real harmonizer as a VST plugin or DirectX or whatever. I think the guys who really broke that were IK Multimedia with Amplitude. And there were a lot of people saying that you couldn't make a harmonizer that would violate Eventide's patent. And so everybody was chicken to do it. Even to this day, we don't have many, though in the last couple of years, we've gotten a few more. But that was one of the holy grails. I can't remember what the other ones were, except for the reverb. We keep getting all these reverbs, and I keep ending up using impulses, because I don't know, if you in the early days of VST plugins, of native plugins, everybody was saying that you couldn't really port over a good DSP reverb because the computer couldn't run it. I never believed it back then. I definitely don't believe it now. But, you know, it's been like 20 years. We've been waiting for people to port these reverbs over. I know they had the Lexicon PCM native. I'm not sure if that was right or not. I never really used the Lexicon reverbs that much back in the day. I mostly used the AMS, the Yamahas, and the Eventide. And all the Eventide ones that I've seen, they aren't what we had back in the day. And one of the big deals was the gated reverbs, you know, the nonlinear stuff. We found ways to make it work over the years, but really, that was one of those holy grails that we're just not getting. And finally, when I get some development time, we started developing a reverb. You know, I mean, 20 years is just too long to wait, so we're doing it. So of course, right when we're about ready to start releasing the alphas, actually some of the betas, what do you know? But TC Electronic releases their System 6000 stuff native. So they have their multi-band dynamics. It says EQ, versatile 5-band compressor, and a true peak limiter based on the legendary award-winning System 6000 as a native DAW plugin for mixing, mastering, and post-production. And it wasn't just there. Here we go, Nonlin 2 native, which is the... it's so similar to my TCM 5000 reverbs and making the gated reverbs and stuff. And it is absolutely awesome. Very little CPU use. It does what you expect it to do. For our reverb, I was really trying to make something much different than was done in the past, but be able to make the sounds that you had in the past. And one of them was, I really want it to be predictable. Not that this isn't. This just looks like your old rack, your rack GUI. Ours is gonna be a lot different, but I mean, this is killer. But you know, what a bummer! Like right when I'm finally releasing one, here comes TC with theirs, and I think we're gonna beat them. But the more the merrier. And so they got that, and they got the VSS4 HD, and they have the VSS3. They're all really good. Go check them out. I know I'm talking about my competition, but they're very pretty low CPU use, especially for what everybody was saying back in the day, how it would cripple a computer. Maybe it would have crippled the 486, I don't know, but it's not touching an i7. They're pretty cool. So go check them out. 22 years or whatever, man. Come on, you couldn't, right when we're doing it, sadly. But I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed by what we're doing as well. Okay, and there was something that came up. Well, let's talk about that. Well, now I'm trying Restream Pro now. You know, it's like $40 a month. So it's going to make it easier so I can have guests. I'm really hoping to have a who we got right here. Let me let you on. George, are you hear my mic? Oh, better put my headphones on. There we go. Sorry. Who is this now? You are on the air with me, sucker. So yeah, thank you. So now, I'll be paying $40 a month for this Restream stuff, and it lets me have other people on, and it records each person's track separately, which is pretty cool. But when I actually went to do it, they make you download each file one by one, and then once you get them, they're all different lengths, so they're not even synced. So it's a little bit tricky. For $40 a month, I think this stuff could be way better, way better. But it was fun earlier with an experiment trying to live stream to Instagram. At least I think I streamed to Instagram. How the hell do I tell? I tried out that Melon. It was cool, but lacking some features. I tried out StreamYard and the rest of these things. They all have their issues, and they all end up about the same price. And really, it's not going to be that much cheaper than just if I had just bought vMix, but I would still have to get Restream and all the destinations and stuff. So who knows? But, since I am paying for the damn thing, come on and join, and let's earn that. Let's make that $40 a month worth it. And I'm hoping to have some, like I said, I'm hoping to have some roundtable kind of shows, and that's why I'm doing it. While you guys are fighting your forum DI wars, keep in mind, as far as I know, there's no audio interface DI that has an actual split to send to your amp like a normal DI would. And I know you guys get mad when I call those interface instrument inputs DIs, but that's what they do. So, too bad. And but you know what? If there is one, let me know, because I thought I remembered there being something that might have done it. But anyway, I think I had a real short one tonight. That's really all it is. We're really, really, really cranking on that reverb. Hopefully going to have that out pretty quick here. And let me check the private chat. Hey. Hopefully we're going to have that reverb out pretty soon, and some lower CPU on our other products. But this is just a real short one, so I'm just going to kill this right now. I'll see you guys next week. I end this stream. See if this